The Kansas City Royals traveled down to St. Petersburg to take on the Rays at the Trop, and on the hill for the Rays was a familiar face and former Royal Jesse Hahn making his 26th start of the year. A much better year for him in 2021 as he has a 3.09 ERA, but things did not start off well for him as in the top of the first, Matt Duffy has a single back up the middle against his former team. And then Khalil Lee comes to the plate. He's playing center field on the day, and he gets a ball into right field. The former Royal Sully Matthias cannot make the diving play, so it's back-to-back base hits. And then Ryan Schimpf would come to the plate, hits a ball that just keeps carrying and carrying and carrying. Kiermaier gives it a leap, but that baby is gone. His 18th home run of the year. It's now a 3-0 Royals lead. We now move on to the bottom of the first, where Chris Archer, the former Ray, is taking on his former team. And with Mallex Smith leading things off, the first pitch of the ball game, he's going to take into the right field seats. A solo shot from Mallex Smith, the man who wears his socks like a little leaguer. With a solo shot, is now a 3-1 game. Later in the inning, it's Kiermaier at the plate. He's going to hit a ball into left center field. That's going to get up against the wall. Easy two-bagger for Kiermaier. After him, it would bring up Wilson Ramos. And the catcher is able to hit a ball into right center field. That's also going to land in the gap. That's going to be an RBI double for Ramos, and it's a one-run ball game. 3-2 is the score. Then later in the inning, Jake Bauers comes to the plate, and he absolutely clobbers a ball into the right center field seats, way up in those upper deck sections. Or at least as far up in the upper deck you can get in the Trop. As that is 11th home run of the year for him, it's now a 4-3 game. Top of the second now, Elier Hernandez looks to ground into a easy out, but instead, Spangenberg decides to have a little catch with the catcher who's over there in foul territory, and then Brandon Crawford has a single slice the other way, so runners on first and second for Audrey Perez, who gets jammed up and in. The ball's over in right field foul territory. Matthias is there to put it away. Hernandez is going to tag up to third base, so it's runners on the corners for the Royals with one out. Matt Carpenter then appears to ground into a double play, but then Spangenberg yet again with a bad throw, and the run comes in to score. It's a tied game. Top half of the fourth now, Elier Hernandez at the plate yet again. This time he draws a walk. Brandon Crawford this time pulls a single into right field, and it's now runners on first and second for Matt Carpenter this time, and he's going to ground into an actual double play this time as the rally there is killed. So now on to the bottom of the fifth, where Corey Spangenberg hits the ball up the middle for the Royals. It's a base knock for him. The next batter up was Kevin Kiermaier, who hits a ball into left center field. That's going to get into the gap. That is his second double of the day in the left center field gap, and this one's going to score runs, so the Rays take a 5-6 lead. And then with a runner on second with one out, Wilson Ramos would then line one over to third. Matt Duffy with a nice stab. And then with two outs, Jake Bauers goes down on the slider. Diego Castillo comes on for the Rays, and in the top half of the sixth inning, Pavin Smith slices one down the left field line. That's going to be a two-bagger for him, as even with Mallex Smith getting to that quickly, Smith is able to turn it into a double. Then with one out, Elier Hernandez grinds into the hole. Adames makes the stop, but the throw drags the first baseman off the bag. So first and second with one out, Brandon Crawford then gets a pitch right down the middle. He hits it into the right center field gap, but Kiermaier gets to it. Smith is able to tag up, so it's runners on the corners with two outs. Ball gets away from Ramos. Smith decides to try to score, and Ramos makes the beautiful sliding throw over to home plate, and he gets gunned down at the plate. So it's still 5-4 for the Rays. Now on to the bottom of the sixth, where Adames hits a double down the right field line. He's on second base, and then with Chase Numata at the plate, a ball is going to get away from Perez. Adames moves up, and then Numata is going to hit a ball into center field. That's going to be a pop-out, but it is going to be a sac fly, and the Rays take a 2-run lead. Now it's a 6-4 ball game. They take that lead in the top of the ninth, where Jose Alvarado comes on for the save, and he gets that by getting Brandon Crawford to ground out with two outs in the inning. So that is your ball game as Jesse Hahn and the Rays come out on top against his former team, and Chris Archer cannot top his former team, as the Rays win this one by a score of 6-4 here in St. Petersburg. Mallex Smith gets Player of the Game honors despite only having 1 hit, which was a solo shot, and other players having a better impact on the game than him. Jesse Hahn gets the win, Chris Archer the loss, Jose Alvarado the save, and with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Kansas City Royals Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.